What's up, everybody? Beastly Gamer here. Welcome to the channel. I got a question for you guys. When it comes to the console war, the big three are Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. Right now, the 8th generation, Sony appears to be winning with over 30 million PlayStation 4 sold within 2 years. It's phenomenal, astronomical sales. But when you consider that the Xbox One is probably somewhere around 15 million, that's nothing to scoff at either. And in fact, the Xbox One is outselling the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So I just let you know kind of what a behemoth the PlayStation 4 is. The thing that kind of blows my mind with the PS4 is they don't really have any first-party titles. I don't think a first-party studio has really released any games for the console yet. So we know that like Sony Santa Monica, some of these really well-known and prominent first-party developers are working on something, but we don't know what it is yet. We'll probably find out at PlayStation Experience later on in December, but I'm really amazed at how well this thing is selling. It started out at $400, which is lower than the competitor. Then the competitor lowered their price to under what Sony was, and the PlayStation 4 still took off. It's really, really an amazing thing to see. I don't know what's driving the sales. Honestly, the thing that I think is probably driving it the most is the fact that the hardware is a little bit more sound, just a little bit. There are going to be those people in the world who say, "Well, they're so close, it really doesn't matter." But we're human beings, and we all know what human nature is. If you show someone one thing and then you show them another, and say this one has a little bit more power, this has a little bit more pixels, it has a little bit more RAM, the average person is going to say, "I'm going to go for the one that has a little bit more." That's just human nature. So I think a lot of that's driving the PlayStation 4 sales. Of course, the initial reveal of the Xbox One, where basically Don Matrix said, "Fuck you, we're going to sell this thing for $500, and you're going to have a connected to it, and you loan it to your friends. It's all going to be DRM everywhere." People were really pissed off, and so that really changed public opinion for Microsoft. But it's been 2 years. Phil Spencer has completely turned that thing around. I got an Xbox One. You guys know if I got one, things had to really change for me. So people have come back around to what Xbox was, a gaming console for gamers, and it's not about TV or any of that crap anymore. But the PlayStation 4 still seems to be pulling further away. Now, for Black Friday, the PlayStation 4 still outsold the Xbox One. So even with all these crazy bundles, the Xbox One was not able to really, level the playing field because it's millions behind. And so my question to you guys, is it too late? We're 2 years in. PlayStation has a 15 million lead. I would say conservatively 13 to 15 million. What can Microsoft do? I mean, and I don't think it's over by a long shot. Honestly, I think that Sony won the initial first few blows, but this is a 10-round battle. They're going to go round for round, and anything can happen. And the fact that Phil Spencer came in there and kind of turned the public opinion around about Microsoft, about the Xbox One, and really kind of glossed over all the crap that Don Matrix did, really changed the face of the Xbox. And I think that Microsoft does have a really good chance. But my issue is this. Doing stupid shit like releasing Rise of the Tomb Raider on the same day as Fallout is kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Which has nothing to do with what I'm asking you guys, but to me that's a very poor decision for a company that's trying to come back against the competition to release one of your only exclusives on the same day as Fallout. That means you don't want to win. That was just really... Somebody needs to get fired for that decision, to be honest. But I've came across an article, and I wanted to share a little bit of it with you guys. And I'll drop a link in the description. It says, PS4 destroys Xbox One. And it's on Forbes. It says, what's really interesting about the new strategy analyst report, though, is how the sales of all various connected devices break down. For instance, where the games console market is concerned, global sales figures show that Sony sold more than twice as many PS4s as Microsoft sold Xbox Ones. Strategy analysts suggest that this painful state of affairs for Microsoft may improve in the final quarter with the arrival of what it calls, quote, appealing first and third party bundles, end quote. But based on Q3 figures, it's going to take some incredibly aggressive bundling and pre-Christmas pricing to get the Xbox One anywhere near the sales parity with its rival. So that's just a little short story. You guys can check out the link if you want. They're talking about other stuff, Apple and whatnot. What can Microsoft do? I've asked you guys this on numerous occasions, but I really want to know. Because Microsoft has some great games, right? They really do. They got Halo 5, they got the Master Chief Collection, they got Rise of the Tomb Raider, they got Quantum Break coming out. They got some really nice first parties they showed during E3 this year too coming. What can they do to really turn this thing around? Can they lower the price anymore? I think $299 is probably the lowest they can go. They're already losing money every time they sell that Xbox One at $349. Plus they're bundling a game. They're trying to increase the install base and get it out there so they can make their revenue back on software. but at what cost? What can they do? It's like they got great games now. They got they got more first parties and exclusives than PlayStation 4. That's just being honest. And these games are fun games, awesome games. What can they do at this point to come back? Because if it becomes a landslide, which is starting to look like it every month, it's beginning to look more and more like it's a PlayStation landslide over Xbox One, then the competition will break down, and then they're going to go a different direction. But I want it to stay strong, competition across both fields. I want to see Microsoft shooting, and I want to see Sony shooting, and I want it to be a competitive thing so that we get the best games for all of us gamers out here. You guys let me know in the comments, is it over? For 2 years in, the hardware has been tested. We know exactly what these things are capable of. Of course, I think probably around the 4-year mark, they're going to really start maxing those things out. But for the most part, it looks like when it comes to hardware, the PS4 is winning. When it comes to software, I'd probably say the Xbox One wins because they got more exclusives. Of course, you got, multi-platform games for both systems, which of course you can enjoy in both. But when it comes to actual first-party exclusives, Microsoft right now has the most, even though they're 15 million behind PlayStation. So my question to you guys is, what can they do to turn this around? Is it too late? Is it just going to be the PlayStation 4 world this generation? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to give a thumbs up and show support for the channel, guys. It really does help out a lot. It keeps me going. It keeps me coming back and making more videos for you guys. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.